So let's talk about variability. Now when we focus on variability, we have variance and standard deviation, the two commonly heard terms in statistics. But let's have a broader picture about variability. Now let's say it's about to rain today. So what's the variability? If it is very cloudy, I can say there are 80% chances. If it is mediate cloudy, I can say 50% chances. If there are no dark clouds that are around, I can say 10% chances. So that's where we are trying to establish variations. Now, whenever we talk about statistics, this variability is a very key component. Let's understand it in simple fashion. I have three or four sets of observations that I have. Now these are my dreams. Every day I wake up, I have certain number of dreams in my mind. So let's say first day I saw 2 dreams. Next day I saw 3 dreams. Next day I saw 4 dreams. And the last day I saw 7 dreams. On these 4 days there were these values of the dreams that were seen. Now these dreams, when I am trying to understand what is the mean, I can simply say 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 7 divided by the total number of observations, which is 4. I solve this comes out to 4. So the mean value of my dreams is 4. Now listen carefully. What would happen if I change this value? I decrease it by 2, I increase it by 2. So my new values are 2, 1, 4 and 9. Again, my mean would remain the same, which is 4. But my variability has increased. Now, when the variability has increased, what does that mean? In these cases where we see you have equal instances for the mean values that are there, but the variability is different. In this case, you have all the values which are closer towards the mean, but in the other case, you have all the values which are away from the mean, but still the mean remains the same, and that's where we understand the variability. In the next instance that we are trying to discuss is, we have different means, but the spread is more or less the same. So here we have the values of the mean that are different, but the spread is more or less uniform. Now, simply put, I can summarize this in one statement. If the values are closer to the mean value, I can say the variation or the variability is less. If the values are away from the mean, the variability is higher. Now, this variability could be accounted in two terms. The first is variance, the second is standard deviation. We always understand variance first and then we move on to standard deviation. Now, when I say variance, I am trying to understand the spread out scores across the means. So, whatever the mean is, how the scores have been spreading across it are very, very important to understand. Now, if I put it in a definitional form, what would be the definition? I can simply say it is the squared deviation scores that are seen. Let's take the same values of the dream. So those are 2, 3, 4 and 7. My mean comes out to 4. Now what is the deviation score? So in the first case it's 2 minus 4, 3 minus 4, 4 minus 4 and 7 minus 4. It comes to minus 2, minus 1, 0 and 3. When I sum up these values, my answer should be 0 and this is the value of deviation score. Very, very carefully understand the terms. Now deviation score must be 0 or very close to 0. That's one of the basic requirements to have a correct interpretation for the variance. If it is not the case, there has been some calculation mistake for sure. The next step we do is we square these scores. So I square minus 2. So always when you are squaring minus 2 into minus 2, minus minus plus. So you have 4, 1, 0 and 9. I add up these values. So these values comes out to be 10 and 14. 14 is my value, which is the sum of the squares. Now, variance, I can simply say, is the summation of x minus x mean square divided by the total number of values that are there or the scores that are there. So here this value comes out to be 14 divided by number of items 1, 2, 3 and 4. So divided by 4, so this gives me the variance. Now be very careful where we are going. Let's say I change one of the values. Okay, there is one extreme value that is introduced into the system, and let's say that extreme value is 30. Now when I introduce this extreme value 30 into the system, what would happen? The mean would change, but the corresponding variance would also increase. So even one outlier would affect the value of the variance. Another very important point, that outliers affect the values of the variance. Variance, as I said, could be explained in this fashion or could be explained as sum of squares divided by the number of scores that are there. But if you are using, let's say, scientific calculators or any statistical softwares like SPSS, the values that you get for standard deviation and variance could be a little variant from the values that you actually get when you are calculating by your hand. Why does this happen? This happens because these systems rely on the unbiased estimate of variance. And what is this unbiased estimate of the variance? When I say unbiased estimate of the variance, let's understand this term first. So let's say I have the whole value that we are, or let's say there are 10 items, the 4 items in this case that we took for the dreams. So when I have all the values, I am trying to understand all the values, I get and divide the variance, the square of, the sum of squares by n. But let's say I have 10,000 people around. Of that, I am sampling some of those. So I sample 10 people. Now when I am sampling 10 people, the variance that is being obtained from the sample would be less than the true variance. And therefore, in order to neutralize that, what we do is sum of the squares divided by n minus 1. And that's one of the ways under which we have unbiased estimate of population variance that is taken into account. So whenever we are talking about variance, when you have the actual number of cases that are there, the true scores that are there, you find out the values and divide it by the total number of scores or the total number of items that are there. But in case there is a sample that is taken into consideration, we, in order to have an unbiased estimate, we divide it by not by n but by n minus 1. A very important criteria, and this is where we have a difference in the answers. So if you are using scientific calculator or SPSS or StatLab, you would have a little variation in the answer as compared to this value, because these values, these softwares would be using n minus 1 as the base. However, when we do the calculation, we use it as n. One very important concept. The next important understanding here is this unbiased estimate is used in t-test, which we would be understanding in our higher classes of statistics. So as we proceed with more statistics, more depth in statistics, we will be covering those topics. Okay, so this is about variance. Now, few important things again. When I calculate the deviation scores, I add up all the deviation scores. My answer would be 0 or somewhat very close to the 0. And in that case, I am going correct. And when I calculate my variance, I have the values as the sum of the squares divided by the number of the items. So in that case, we had 3, 2, 4 and 7. My sum of the squares was 14 divided by 4, and this was my variance. What is the standard deviation? In one simple term, I can say the root of variance is what is standard deviation, and root of 14 by 4 would give me the answer as standard deviation. As simple as that. Okay, but sometimes there is a very common mistake that students do. They do not calculate the variance first. When they are trying to calculate the standard deviation, they simply calculate the sum of the squares and try to take a root of that. That's not correct. Sum of the squares divided by number of the scores, that gives you the variance, and under root of variance is what is standard deviation. Again, since variance is highly affected by outliers, same is the case with the standard deviation. So standard deviation would also be highly affected by the outliers. Now, let's say you have 100 as the variance. What would be the standard deviation? Very, very simple. So under root of 100, so that's 10 into 10 root, that gives you 10. If it is 9 as variance, what it would be? 3 into 3 under root, so that gives you 3 as variance. Again, a simple definition, variance is a square deviation from the mean, and under root of variance is the standard deviation. So standard deviation, I can say, is the average amount that the scores differ from the mean value, and that's where we understand the standard deviation, which describes the spread in the group. So under variability, we talked about standard deviation and variance.